Hey, I'm Holland with Memphis Public Library, and welcome to Community Art Academy. We've partnered with the University of Memphis's Art Education Department to bring you an art lesson this week. But first, we're going to read a book called All Are Welcome by Alexandra Penfold and Suzanne Kaufman. Pencils sharpened in their case, bells are ringing, let's make haste. School's beginning, dreams to chase, all are welcome here. No matter how you start your day, what you wear, or when you play, or if you come from far away, all are welcome here. In our classroom, safe and sound, fears are lost and hope is found. Raise your hand, we'll go around. All are welcome here. Gather now, let's all take part. We'll play music, we'll make art. We'll share stories from the heart. All are welcome here. Time for lunch, what a spread. A dozen different kinds of bread. Pass it round till everyone's fed. All are welcome here. Open doors, rush outside. We'll swing, we'll slide, we'll have fun side by side. All are welcome here. We're part of a community. Our strength is our diversity. A shelter from adversity, all are welcome here. We will learn from one another, special talents we'll uncover. There's a big world to discover. All are welcome here. So much to learn, so much to do, and when the busy day is through, can't wait to come back and start anew. All are welcome here. Head for home to get some rest and greet tomorrow ready and fresh. Our time together is the best. All are welcome here.
Well, thank you so much, Holland, for reading this wonderful book, All Are Welcome. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Tyree.
And today we are going to be making some self-portrait paper bag puppets. Now, Tyrese, what exactly is a self-portrait?
So a self-portrait is a visual representation of an artist that is created by that artist. So it's a representation of you, how you see yourself.
How you see yourself. So what about a puppet? What is that?
A puppet is a movable object like any of these that we have here on the table. They can be however you want them. They all depend on you, how you see yourself, or whoever it is that you're creating. A puppet is a movable model of a person or object that is controlled by strings or by placing one's hand inside of the bag.
Can we kind of show them how that works, placing your hand inside the bag?
Yes.
What makes this a puppet? So here I can make the mouth move on my self-portrait,
And
make it like I'm
moves as
talking.
well. How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good.
All right.
Alright, so in the book, All Are Welcome, they basically talk about all the different characters, the children and their families, and how they're different, and what makes them unique, and how they're the same, and how each one of them build and work together to make up a community. Elizabeth, what is a community exactly?
Well, a community is really just a group of people living in the same area that can share common goals and attitudes. So our community could be our UofM class, all of us students being together make up a community.
And then so when talking about a community, you also have to talk about diversity because no one is the same. Everyone is different, everyone may have different beliefs, their art, their music, everything is different. But that's what builds the community, to make everyone unique. So what exactly is uniqueness?
Uniqueness and diversity is basically having a variety of multiple things. And being unique is being like unlike anyone else in comparison. I'm unique compared to Tyrese is being unique in himself. We're totally different. We have a variety of different skills.
And that's how it ties into our paper bag puppets. Every one of our puppets are different, like because everyone is different. No one is the same. So one guy wears the suit with the tie. The one little girl may want to be a princess.
I have long green hair and a purple U of M shirt compared to his mermaid and paper bag with the tie.
All right, so let's get into the materials for this project. The materials that you'll need. Of course, you've already read the book and you've listened to Ms. Holland to read that book. All are welcome. So that's the first material. What's the second material?
The next thing that you're gonna need out of your bag is the brown paper bag.
And then after that, you'll need glue sticks. It doesn't matter the brand, they all work the same.
You're also gonna need some of the Crayola markers included in your bag.
And then you have construction paper of all different colors. It just depends on what you like. It's all going to be completely up to you.
You're also going to need some oil pastels, or if you don't like these, if you have crayons at home, crayons are a great substitute. Work just like oil pastels.
And then scissors. You can use them if you have them. If you don't, then you'll just have to tear the paper. We'll show you how to do that. But when using scissors, always be careful and make sure not to cut yourself or anyone around you.
You're also going to need felt as the last. This is an optional material. If you do want to use it, you can. If not, up to you. Totally unique. It's great to use as hair. That's what I like to use it for. So this is optional if you have it.
All right, and then the last thing you'll need is your creativity. Okay, so now we're gonna start creating the puppet. The first thing you'll need is your brown paper bag. Make sure you hold it this way because this is the top where when you put your hand in the bag, this will be your flap for you to move them out.
You want to make sure you have that flap in the front.
All right, so the first thing that you'll want to start with, based on you and how you see yourself, whatever color your eyes may be or your lips, you're gonna start with your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. There are different ways that you can do it. You can draw them out with your markers or your crayons. You can draw them out and then cut them out with scissors, or you can use the rip process where you actually tear the paper yourself.
So what I'm gonna do here on my example is draw my eyes on construction paper and then cut them out using the scissors to glue them onto my paper bag.
But Elizabeth, what if you don't want your eyes to be only one color? Or what if you don't want them to be made out of construction paper? Then what do you do?
Well, to be unique, I think if I don't want them the same color, I have all these color options here. I can make them 2 different colors if I want, or I can just draw them on. I can use the markers or the oil pastels or crayons to draw them on if I don't want to use the construction paper.
That's right. So let's go ahead and start creating our faces.
Now I'm going to be using markers to draw mine on first on the construction paper.
And then I'm going to be using the oil pastel to draw my face. So it all depends on you and how you want to do it. You can draw your eyes however you want to. It's completely up to you. You don't have to do it. There's no specific way. There's no right or wrong way to do any of it because
That's
it's
right.
you.
You can put eyelashes on, you can leave the eyelashes off. You can make your eyes really big and excited or kind of small. Up to you.
You can add whatever color you need, whatever color that you want. If your eyes are black, but you want to have blue eyes or you want to have a red eye and a green eye, you can do that. It's all up to you.
I chose to make mine green because that's my favorite color.
And I'm making my eyes blue because that's my favorite color.
Now, if you're gonna cut your eyes out of the construction paper, make sure that when you're using your scissors, you always place them down on the table after you use them.
That's
Don't
right.
try and hold them while you're trying to do other things because that could hurt yourself.
All right, and so when you're doing, say you don't have scissors and you want to tear your paper yourself, the first thing that you'll need to do is fold your paper because you have to have it good and creased for you to rip it along those lines to make sure those lines are straight. just like that. You see, straight across the edge, no problems. So Elizabeth, what do you do if, say, your eyes are together, but you can't tear them separately? What do you do then?
You can just leave it on one continuous piece of paper. It doesn't matter. Like I said, this is supposed to be unique to you. There is no one way or correct way to do it.
And so once you get done ripping it, it's gonna look like this. You may have to do some more folds just to get it really close to your eyes, and then your eyes will be set for your puppet.
But once you have your eyes the way you want it, you want to go ahead and grab that glue stick that you have and go ahead and glue your eyes to your puppet if you decided to cut them out. If you drew them on, obviously skip this step.
Also, another thing that I do want to say, when using, if you are gonna tear your paper yourself, be really careful to not get any paper cuts, because paper is really sharp. It may not seem like it's really sharp, but it will cut you. And then you're gonna go ahead, once you have those eyes ready, Elizabeth is already ready. Once you have those eyes set, you can go ahead and glue those on your paper bag, and then you can move on to the next step.
I've chosen to have my eyes separate and kind of looking off to the side there. So next, after the eyes, we're gonna move on to the nose. There are multiple ways to do the nose. Again, no one correct way. For example, here, I cut mine out of paper and glued it on. But over here, I drew mine on with oil pastel. So this time, I think I want to draw mine on again. How about you, Tyree?
So I'm feeling a little different. I think I want to actually cut mine out this time.
Oh. Can you show them what kind of shapes they might want to use to cut out their
So
nose?
the shapes really, it depends on you and what shape you want your nose to be. There are many different shapes that you can use. You can have a circular nose if you decide that you wanted to have it like that. If you want to have a triangular nose, you can also do it that way. It's completely up to you and how you want to do it.
I decided to make my nose orange. What about you, Tyrese?
I decided that my nose was going to be red. And then all you do from there, once you have your nose ready, you just cut your nose out, or if it's already drawn onto the bag, you can move on to the next step. All right, and just like that, you have your little red nose. There you go. All right, Elizabeth, so what's the next step in creating a face for your puppet?
All right, the next step in the puppet is going to be the mouth. Now, when creating a mouth, since this is the puppet, it's going to be in two separate pieces, because when it's talking, as you see here, you got the top lip and the bottom lip totally separate. So when we're doing the mouth, we need to make sure we have those two separate parts.
So say if you don't want your mouth to move, or you don't want your puppet's mouth to move, you can also draw on a little smiley face. It's however you want to do it. So you can do it however you feel. If you want your mouth to move, you can make it with the mouth moving, and you have to separate those lips. If you don't, you can just draw your smiley face on that way.
I kind of like construction paper, so I think I'm gonna once again cut mine out and glue mine to my paper bag. How about you, Tyree?
So this time, I'm not gonna cut mine out. I think I'm gonna draw mine straight on the bag, and I'm gonna use the color green. What about you?
I'm gonna use pink. Now, even though I am cutting mine out, I'm going to draw it on my construction paper first, just to make sure that I have the shape right.
So while Elizabeth is still cutting out her mouth, I'm gonna show you mine, because I did color mine's green, and I am able to put my hand in the bag. So this is mine. Hey, I'm Tyree. How are you doing today?
Tyrese, while we're waiting for me, what if they want to take it to the next level and put ears on their paper bag?
Okay,
How
so
would they do that?
with ears, you can find, it's completely up to you. Once again, you can get your construction paper and you can draw them on, or if you don't want them to be separate, you can also draw them onto your bag. So I'm gonna take my marker to draw my ears on, and you'll just draw them over along the side with your markers or your crayons. Either one is fine. And just like that, you have the ears on your puppet.
If I don't want ears on mine, is that okay?
That's perfectly fine. You do not have to put ears if you don't want ears.
All right. So I finished with my mouth here, and as you can see, I glued the bottom to the body of the paper bag, and I glued the top lip to the flap that moves.
All right, so what's the next step in creating this paper bag puppet?
I think the next step should be the hair.
I agree. So while we're talking about the hair, or while we're adding the hair to our puppets, let's also talk about being unique. So one thing about being unique is, especially with hair, everyone's hair is different. Some people have short hair, some people have really long hair. Your hair can come in many different colors. It can be wavy, it can be curly. It's completely how you're born. It's all based on you. So that's why it's your self-portrait.
Because my hair is really long, and
my hair
Tyrese's
is
hair is
short.
really short. So what do you think you're going to use to make your hair today, Tyrese?
So to make my hair, I think I'm gonna do construction paper like this little guy and have mine like this. So all you do basically when you have your construction paper, you're gonna trace out the hairline or how you want your hair to be, whether you want it to be really long or you want it to be really short. You'll trace it out and color it. It can be any color that you want, just depends on you and what color you want it to be.
I think I'm going to go with the felt. And how I'm going to do that is kind of just cut it into long strips and then glue it onto my paper bag. What about you, Tyrese?
So since my hair is really short, I won't have to cut out anything. All I'll do is draw my hair on along the puppet head. And since I'm feeling adventurous, I'm gonna color my hair today purple.
Now, what made you choose purple? Is that your favorite color?
Purple is not my favorite color. My favorite color is blue, but purple is an awesome color. So if you like purple, shout out to you.
And I just want to throw it in there, maybe if you also have long hair and you want to make the hair on your puppet long, but maybe you didn't have scissors. You've been ripping this whole time. What are you going to do? Because you can't really rip felt, right? You can use construction paper. Just like I did on my puppet here, you can always rip it into long strips and glue it on your paper bag that way. It has the same exact effect. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going to glue the felt kind of along the top to cover over my forehead and kind of have the felt dangle along the side of my puppet.
All right, and so say you're done or you're still working on your hair, but say you want to add a flower or you want to add a bow, you can do either one of those. Like this one here, she has a purple bow. And then the little mermaid here, she has a yellow flower. So it's completely up to you if you want to add those hair accessories. If not, you can finish working on your hair. That's perfectly fine.
What if they want to put a hat, Tyrese?
Okay, so if you want to wear a hat, you can definitely make one of those. You just have to trace it out and you can cut it out, or if you don't have those scissors, once again, you can rip it out. And since I'm gonna wear a hat, I'm gonna use the color pink. Elizabeth, how is your hair coming along?
My hair is coming along great. I have the first bits of my hair started. Now I'm just going to add a few more since I have a lot of hair. And again, one tip if you're going to use the felt, I found that it works better if you add the glue directly to the paper bag, as I have here. And if you also add some glue directly to the felt, that'll make it hold just a little stronger.
All right, so my little puppet here is gonna have a pink top hat. So what I've done is drawn out the base of the hat, and then the next thing I'll do is color it in, and then I'll stick it right on my puppet. Oh, but say I don't want to color my hat in with the marker. I can also use my oil pastel. And if you want to use a different color, your hat does not have to be pink. You can use any color that you want.
I think I want to go back and add some eyelashes, and I totally forgot my eyebrows. You don't need these things, but I think I want to go back and add it. And I've decided that since I haven't used oil pastel yet, I think I'm going to use oil pastel this time.
And now I have my pink and green top hat that I'm going to cut out and stick straight onto my puppet.
What color do you think I should make my eyebrows, Tyrese? What color do you think screams
the
me?
eyebrows should be blue.
Blue.
And once again, whenever you're cutting or if you're using any paper, make sure that you're being really careful because you can hurt yourself or anyone around you. Alright, and then the last step in adding your hat or whatever head accessory that you want will be to apply the glue, and then you will stick that straight onto your puppet, just like that. And there you go. Okay. Alright, so next we're gonna do the body. Your body can be complete, it's also completely up to you, so however you wanna do it. If you wanna do a t-shirt, you can do that. If you wanna do a different kind of shirt, you can do it that way. Or say you want to wear a tie with the white shirt and the blue pants, you can also do that as well.
And just as we've been doing everything earlier, there's multiple ways. You can cut out your shirt, as Tyree showed with this puppet here. This was out of construction paper. Or if you choose to do so, you can always just draw on your clothes, just as Tyree said here.
Alright, so I'm gonna actually cut out my clothes because I think I wanna do another shirt with the tie and the pants. What about you?
I think this time I'm gonna draw mine on because I'm feeling stripes today.
Oh, that's good. Good one.
So I think I'm gonna pick a color that I haven't used. So I'm gonna go with purple. Purple, red, and maybe yellow.
Alright, and so for my shirt, I chose the color yellow. Alright, and so Elizabeth, say while you're making your clothes, you also want to add accessories like a necklace. Can you do that as well?
Yeah, just as I've done here, you can add a necklace, or as Tyrese has on his puppet,
you can add a bow tie. So it's completely up to you and how you want to do it. And also, while we're using all of these different materials, it's good to make sure that you're handling them and you're taking care of them properly, especially with the markers, because if you leave your tops off, they will dry out. And with the glue, if you leave the tops off of glue as well, it can also dry out as well. Elizabeth, how is it going over there? How's your shirt coming along?
My shirt is coming along great. Like I said, I've decided to go with stripes. How about you, Tyree?
So my shirt was originally yellow, but now I think I changed my mind because now I want to do rainbow. So now I think I'm going to add some red, some blue, and some orange.
So it's totally okay to change our minds in the middle of creating?
That's a part of the creative process. And another thing that I did want to say, while we are using a bunch of different materials, it's really good to make sure you keep your area kind of tidy and keep everything close to you and put up, because say you're working with another person or your partner, you want to make sure your partner also has room and the space to work just like you do.
All right. So I have finished my striped t-shirt. I think it needs a little something else to it. Think I should put a necklace on it, Tyrese?
I think so. Did you have a particular color in mind for your necklace?
I'm thinking blue again.
I love blue. That's my favorite color. I say go for it.
Now for this, I'm going to use oil pastels.
All right, and so the last step in my process, in my puppet, is creating the pants. So if I have a rainbow shirt, I want to have purple pants to go with that shirt. Now, however you can do your pants however you want to. Your puppet may not have pants, but it's completely up to you on how you want to do it.
My puppet does not have pants.
Alrighty. So I think my puppet's pants are done. I have the top. Elizabeth has her necklace. And these are the final products for our puppets. There you go.
All right, so now that we're finished with our puppets, what do we do next, Tyrese?
You have to clean up. You have to make sure to put all of your materials where you got them from, just to make sure that your area is straight and that you have everything back to the original spots.
Why is it so important to clean up, Tyrese?
It's important to clean up because it's a part of the art process as well. And when creating, you have to bring those materials, you have to pull them out, and you have to use them. So you also have to put them back and make sure that they're put where you got them from.
It's also just a part of being respectful. You want to be respectful to other people's space because they don't want to walk around your mess.
That's right.
So we got to make sure all of our markers are put back in the box.
With the tops on securely. And the same thing for your glue. Make sure that your glue tops are on.
Make sure that if you have scissors, that they are closed and you are handling them safely. Get all your trash, all your little scraps. Throw that in the garbage.
Alright, so hopefully with this puppet project, you've learned to see uniqueness in yourself while creating puppets and learning from the book how each one of us individually as well as our puppets make up a community.
Because we're all part of the creative community as we're making these puppets, and we're all unique, just like I have green hair.
And I have blue eyes.
And that makes each one of us very special. Don't you think so, Tyrese?
I think so.